Yeah, I just kind of want to come on here today and talk about something that happened back in 2016 and just kind of, skate a little bit in the background and I guess have a little bit of a chill, relaxed video, I guess. Not really sure if this is a story or what this is, to be honest. Just a personal anecdote, I think, is maybe the best one. An experience, I guess it is a story. But yeah, I almost quit YouTube for good back in 2016. And of course, this is before, I had hundreds of thousands of subscribers or anything like that. This was just way back when I was making videos with like maybe 1.2 thousand subscribers, 1.5K maybe at the most. There wasn't really that much of an audience watching the videos back then. It was just kind of me getting on there. And back then, a lot of my videos were just either me doing like Call of Duty videos, like tips and tricks, or it was a very basic rudimentary commentary. So it's not necessarily like what I'm doing now, where I like talk about several topics a day, sometimes news stories, tell stories, things like that. I was doing story videos back then, but they weren't anything like they are now. This is like at this point in the timeline halfway through my YouTube career, because I started in 2012 and in 2016 I almost called it quits for good. So you're probably wondering, Optimus, well, obviously, why did you quit YouTube? Well, it's a little bit of a long story, so I guess just kind of sit back, relax, and just enjoy. So like I said, back then I wasn't really making any content that I guess thought was great. I mean, even now, like looking back on it, it was just complete garbage. I feel like a lot of YouTubers go through this, I guess, phase almost where you're kind of trying to figure out what you want to do, what kind of videos you want to make. And I would say 2016, I was still in that phase. I was probably in it longer than I should have been, but pretty much since I had started up until about 2017, I had no real idea what I wanted to do in terms of videos. I was just getting on here freeballing it, just making kind of whatever came to mind. And in reality, that's kind of still what I do, but it's at least a little bit more uniform, and I approach it the same way. And you can kind of expect, more or less the same type of video every single time I upload. That wasn't really the case back then, so I was still really trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my channel. And I mean, I had no idea. I didn't know if I wanted to be a Call of Duty commentator YouTuber, or if I wanted to be just a straight up commentator, or if I wanted to be one of those like criticism commentary channels. I had no clue. Like I said, I was just kind of making anything that came to mind. And in reality, that kind of hurts most YouTube channels, because when people subscribe to a channel, at least, when I subscribe to someone's account, it really comes down to, I kind of want to see the same kind of videos from them repeatedly. Now, there are some channels that can get away with the variety uploads if they've built a dedicated fan base that is prone to accept that kind of content. But back then, I did not have that type of audience. I had either built them up through gaming videos or through two videos that now, I guess, were kind of like two of my first big quote-unquote breaks on YouTube. I don't know if you want to consider them that or what it is. Most of you probably don't even know about these videos. That's how old they are. And I'm not even sure if they're still publicly uploaded to this day. I mean, they might still be just private or unlisted like a lot of my videos from the past are, but I made two videos about this figure called Amy Slayton here on YouTube. And this was in summer 2016, which, by the way, was one of the best summers of all time, at least that I can remember. And so between all the Pokemon Go, The Life of Pablo I was playing, and of course, Black Ops 3, I was deciding that I wanted to make two videos. Well, I didn't really decide yet that I wanted to make the second one, but I ended up making two videos about someone named Amy Slayton. Now, to kind of break down the gist of it here, Amy Slayton was somebody who basically took advantage of her audience. She played the like overweight card a lot because she was a bigger person, and she naturally garnered a lot of sympathy from people. And it turned out that she was possibly abusing a dog that she had taken, and that like 90% of what she was doing was basically her just lying in order to garner sympathy money from people on the internet. I mean, that's the best that I can remember it. I don't know. That's as accurate as I can remember it. But I made a video on this initially about this whole subject, and this was kind of like one of the first videos that I filmed, I guess, in my quote-unquote current phase of YouTube. It was me commentating about a subject. There was Grand Theft Auto 5 racing gameplay in the background, if I can remember. There was some instrumentals from like a Schoolboy Q album. I think it was Blank Face. And that was basically what I was doing there, right? And the video did way better than most videos that I had ever uploaded at that time. They ended up getting like 50 or 60,000 views in 3 days. And at that time, that was like insane, right? That was like a complete come up for me. So here I am, a 16-year-old getting ready to go into his junior year of high school, and I have no idea really what I want to do with my life at this point. I'm going to school for game development in the next few weeks, but I'm not even necessarily sure if that's actually what I want to do with my life. I really enjoy doing YouTube, and I upload this video, and it completely pops, right? And it does extremely well. The video is actually well received. It's pretty positively received, and I ended up building this smaller little community around that video. I basically popped to like 1,000 subscribers within a few days, and at that time, man, that felt like hitting 1,000,000 because I'd been doing YouTube for like 4 years to basically no results that were decent whatsoever, like I was getting no attention or anything like that. So some more developments ended up breaking in that entire story or whatever, and I made a follow-up video called Amy Slayton Exposed Part 2. Now, it's essentially like the same video as the first one, same concept, just some smaller arguments, I guess, and maybe some like refuting of some things that maybe she had said. Once again, this has been so long ago I can barely remember, but the video also did pretty well, as it was a follow-up to that first video, obviously. And with those two videos, at that point I was sitting at like just over 1,000 subscribers. I hadn't broken 2K or anything yet like that, and I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, I actually have gotten videos out there that are well received, that have done well. And at that time, I was like, well, I mean, my channel, my whole backlog at this point is basically Call of Duty videos or random gameplay videos, and then now I have these two videos that are just sitting here with hella views that are doing well, people like them, and I like making those kinds of videos, but I don't know if the people who are interested in my channel because of the subject are really going to follow over to other topics. Long story short, I completely fumbled that opportunity and fucked it up. In all reality, I could have been bigger on YouTube for well over an extra year of my life so far. Had I just done what I really wanted to do from the jump in 2016, following those videos up with more of these kinds of commentary videos that I make now, and putting gaming Call of Duty videos on the back burner, I probably would have at least gotten a bigger head start than what I had. Most of you know that I really kind of popped off because of my game theory video. That was my first million-view video ever, and then over the next few months, I put out more videos that just kind of popped off, and then from there, I started to kind of transition back into commentary again. But had I just followed through with what I actually wanted to do then, instead of trying to please this, like, unreasonable side of myself where I just wanted to make fucking Call of Duty videos for absolutely no reason other than like, yeah, I enjoyed the game, but I thought that for some reason that was the ticket to doing well because I'd watched so many COD channels at the time. But I don't know what would have happened had I continued, but over the next few weeks I saw the views kind of decline again as I kind of just destroyed my opportunity by doing things that I didn't want to do. And I got kind of mad at myself, right? I was like, Jesus Christ, you know, I fumbled this opportunity. I could have been doing very well continuously if I just did what I wanted to actually do instead of trying to just bullshit my way into a Call of Duty channel. And I mean, I did actually do the COD channel thing for a while. I had several successful videos on my main channel about it, and I even launched the Optimus Games channel, which is now what you're watching, more Optimus here, because I fell out of touch with doing COD videos again. And yeah, so I ended up doing that, but at the same time, I was like also extremely mad at myself. Not even just the fact that people weren't watching my videos, but the fact that I kind of betrayed what I wanted to do in a way. And I was like, you know what? I don't even want to do this anymore because I can't believe I threw away this opportunity. So I actually did quit YouTube. I went on a hiatus. Now, you know, a lot of YouTubers, they take like maybe a week or a month off of YouTube every once in a while just to like clear their heads or whatever. Well, I was gone from YouTube from like August 2016 all the way up until mid-December. So I was gone for quite some time for a very huge portion of that year, which in all reality, I could have spent actually doing what I wanted and possibly growing my channel beyond what it had already been. But instead, I took the quitter mentality into effect, and yeah, I went to school my junior year. I didn't really tell people too much about those videos or my channel. Some of my friends who had followed me from my homeschool kind of already knew about my YouTube and whatnot, and then it had kind of spread, I guess, but at that point, I was pretty much over YouTube. But I really came back to YouTube in December, and I really only came back because I was actually really pissed at YouTube monetization. Now, this is when like the first adpocalypse really started to break down, like late 2016 going into early 2017, and the warning signs were already kind of knocking at the door. And I was watching a lot of my favorite creators at that time who probably would have been either completely destroyed by demonetization or would have definitely been quite impacted by it. And so I was pretty mad, right? Because I didn't want these people to lose their livings and their earnings, and it was a complete turn away from what YouTube actually had been for all of that time. Like, the greatness of YouTube was kind of disappearing, and I was definitely upset about that. So I really came back to film a video and talk about that, and about how YouTube needed to fix their bullshit-ass broken website, which, go figure, even though I have a massive career on it now, it's still a bullshit-ass broken website. But yeah, I came back to make that video, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it another shot, even if I don't end up, blowing my channel up. I just want to do something that I think is fun and that I enjoy doing. And over time, I just made more and more videos, kind of bouncing between commentary and Call of Duty videos again. And I started to enjoy it even more. I got a little bit better at doing it, and over time, things started to become a lot better. So I don't really know what would have happened with my life had I continued that 4-month quit that I did with YouTube, if I decided to never come back over basically that one fucking topic. Had it never been for YouTube basically starting to fall apart, starting to crack down on more edgy content and things like that, and the warning signs weren't at the door, I probably never would have came back to YouTube, which is odd to say. I came back to YouTube because I thought the site was getting worse. So I mean, I'm grateful, obviously, that I did so, because YouTube has probably been the most impactful thing that I've ever done with myself. And like I said, I have no idea where my life would be had I continued that hiatus. I mean, in all reality, I probably would be working some shitty factory job or something and hating my life and just being absolutely, destroyed on the inside, morally. And yeah, had I never come back to YouTube, I wouldn't have this career, I wouldn't have all the things that I have, and I wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of people who just say, like, yeah, I like this guy's videos enough to hit a button. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, obviously. So, and the truth is that hiatus really almost indefinitely continued, and I really did almost full up quit YouTube. So if it hadn't been for one topic that happened in one random time of the year in which I was having more free time in reality to make videos because school was going out for winter break in like the next few days, if I didn't have that break come to me, I would not be here today, and you guys would probably be off watching someone else make fucking YouTube videos while I sit around and work some dead-end job. So, yeah, I guess I'm glad that I wisened up on that one topic. I'm glad that I gave it another opportunity, and I don't want this to be some mushy-ass, video where I tell you guys, always follow your heart, always follow your dreams, because in reality, that's not always the case. Sometimes you're just a complete fucking idiot, and you don't know what's best for yourself, and you don't know what the right decision to make is. However, sometimes you have to, I guess, look in a little bit towards yourself and realize, hey, this is what I enjoy doing, and should I chase the opportunity, or should I just give it up? And I guess I was correct on my big decision with that one, but like I said, this isn't meant to, like, inspire you, you know what I'm saying? If you want to use it to inspire yourself, go ahead, that's great. I'm not telling you that you need to chase anything, but, that's up for you to decide. That's not up for me or this video to decide. And in all reality, I kind of just lucked out by making the better choice. So, I mean, you never know where life is going to take you, I guess, unless you actually put your foot to the fucking pedal. I don't know, something stupid to kind of supplement that, but in all reality, that is the truth. I mean, you have to just kind of make decisions for yourself, things that'll make you happy, and just go for it. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'm not going to do some outro crazy shit here. You guys already know what's up. You guys already know what to do, and yeah, I'll probably be back to make videos tomorrow unless something drastic happens. So, thank you guys. Optimus, signing out.